Good day. Today is January something. 24th. And had a very interesting week, culminating in a very interesting last couple of days. We've been preparing for our siding to be removed from our house, which it has been removed and is now being replaced. They skinned the house, and then they said it was going to be freezing rain, so they had to come out in the dead of winter and cold and wrap the house with visqueen, this plastic film stuff, and protect it, because it's like 1973 fiber board that was on the outside of the house. And this old LP siding, which is, you guys probably all heard of it, subject of some long time lawsuit thing. And so now they're replacing it with hardy plank, which I guess is just a variation of the same thing, I guess. I don't know. But it looks great. It looks really good. I love the way the house is gonna look. It's nice and smooth. It looks beautiful. They're gonna do the garage too. It's been noisy, and my next door neighbor, one of his roommates, came out, and she was upset, and I was kind of sad about that. Thought, yeah, it's construction, and it sucks that it's noisy, but it is what it is, and we have to have it done. So in the midst of all that, I've had my good friend Ken, who happens to be an electrician, journeyman electrician, and helping out with the electrical, and one of the breakers was popped while I was doing some editing on the Mac. And so now what you see here is using the Mac disk utility from basically the rescue menu, I guess is what you'd call it, the Mac utilities menu, to try to recover some of the data from the hard drive, because the hard drive is corrupted, and the disk utility says that it can't repair it. So just basically trying to image folders of the hard drive, trying to recover as much data as I can from it. I got a utility for Windows that allows me to read these files, these disk image files, and it appears that all my film class projects appear to be intact. So I'm really happy about that. I was able to save all that stuff. The kids will be jazzed, because it appears that we didn't lose any work. I just have to be more diligent about backing up stuff, and it would save me a lot of time. Anyway, if I did like incremental backups or something. I've never been a big proponent of incremental backups. It just seems like overkill. But you know what? For this business, I can't have downtime like this. And I could have had this backup in a matter of a few hours, or an evening, if I had the peace of mind of knowing I had an incremental backup. The cool thing is that this particular time, it appears that I have lost no work. The downside is that it's going to take me for stinking ever to get everything off the hard drive so that I can format it and restore it. So those of you who say that Macs just don't crash, well, they do if you hit them with a power spike. If you do a power outage while you're writing to the hard drive, you can corrupt your hard disk. Hopefully there's no permanent damage to the hard drive. Just format the thing and bring everything back up. It should be fine. That's been my experience with most hard drives, and I've had a lot of hard drive crashes, and have a lot of my friends asking if I, should take it someplace, and I'm like, seriously, who would I take my computer to? I, I don't know. I take it to me. Maybe I should pay myself. I charge 50, 60 bucks an hour. So, I mean, it would be good wages, right? I don't know if I carry that much money though. Anyway, Bryce Miles Editing Company. Why did you unfriend me on Facebook, dude? Chill out. Anyway, it's a rough week. Tomorrow they're coming back to try to, I think they're going to try to finish up the siding. They got plywood all over everything. It's all covered with this stuff called Raindrop 3D covering stuff. So my house is like green with like bits of yellow siding at this point. And it's going to be fun seeing it all come together. And right now it's like a bright, I don't know, like beige-ish yellow color that the siding is. And the color that we're actually looking to paint it is, I don't know, it's going to be something like this. I don't know if you can see that. Something like that. It's it's more like a deep blue kind of color. We'll have to scope it out, and then it'll have like, I don't know, like baby blue trim, transitional stuff, and then white, white gutters, white windows. So should be kind of cool looking. I think it'll liven up the neighborhood. In my neighborhood, well, in Portland and in Oregon in general, they go with a lot of earth tones, what they call earth tones. So there's a lot of brown and there's a lot of gray. And me, I like color. I just like color. I think the color is something that God has given us to brighten up our world. And here we are running around with all these gray and brown houses and stuff. Like, you know what? When I pull up in front of my house, I want to be happy to be here. And, having some color to look at. Dude, I might actually go outside once in a while just to look at my house. You just go out there. People do that, right? They just walk outside, just look at their house. Don't look at me like that. Don't. No, it's not just me. Okay. Dude, whatever.